Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to go over a demo that I've been using, a study found in MotiveWave as my white screen from this. This is what I have to deal with on Windows every day. I'm very responsible on a 14 gig system. Anyways, here we are with MotiveWave for both Binance and Forex. So I've done a harmonic scan. So I'm going to do both for these. These are just tests I want to show you of this particular indicator or study, as they call them. And what I want to show you is basically a blog post I put up an hour ago or so. So today is 9/27, September 27, 10:02 p.m. So here's the article I put up, MotiveWave studies or indicators to look into. So I've looked at these and I've given my top picks. Without a doubt, reverse works. I've also got Mama, eForce, Arun, this one called FAMA. Now as I said, the reversing MACD looks really good. You could also look at Video 2, and a few other ones. This auto Elliott wave may work. I have to really play with that. And RSI divergence as well. I've given my opinion on each. So this one I'm going to look at is reversal MACD. Okay, so one thing I look for when it comes to this, and I've looked at this for both Bitcoin. I'm also going to load in my Ethereum. So let me do this as well. This is Ethereum USD. And we're going to hopefully copy over. I'm not sure if it'll transfer the, no, it didn't. So just, if you're new to all this, all you got to do is just come into study. And then, I don't know, just do reversal. Then you have the reversal MACD. One thing you want to look for if you're new is, if you can, you want to find something that gets overlaid, but here it is overlaid. But the more important thing is you want to know it has a signal. As you remember, with these studies that you get from MotiveWave, you get a source code. So this is a study. So to be able to turn this into a strategy to automate it shouldn't be that difficult. So in here, we have our different options. What I really care about is this one, the markers. I'll show you those. Obviously, you have a lot of parameters you can play with here. Signal generation, some options, that's pretty standard. And you create your overlay. So this is like a MACD. See these guys right here, these are your markers. So when you look at them, you can see they work somewhat. See, we have one here. Gets a marker for the entry. A sell, it's pretty good. And it doesn't lag, meaning when I say lag, this marker doesn't show up in parallel when the reversal's already happened. Like it's somehow able to signal before the reversal takes place. In this case, either an entry or an exit. So these are really what you use to judge on your potential entry-exit strategy. Now, as you can see here, this particular study includes all of the appropriate entries and exits automatically. I know that because when you look at the parameters, come under here and there's signals. Unfortunately, there is no options here. But let me show you some other, just to focus more on the MACD here, the reversal MACD. You can see entry or entry, and right here, just at the peak. It's really good. This is a daily time frame. Or sorry, 15 minutes. So that kind of trade. Let's see here. So that would be I have to configure this setup, but it looks like to be probably roughly just after 6 a.m. till about here. So I'm going to assume that is, a 9-hour trade, but you're going from roughly in around here at 340 all the way up to in around here. That's a 10% move over 9 hours. So if you're able to accurately gauge a particular entry exit like this, it's really good. I'll show you another indicator that has come up. I want to say thanks to everybody who participated on my Facebook for this. That's how I found out somebody actually came back with this strategy or study that they use. And all the ones I've listed in that blog post, a good chunk of them were from people in my Facebook group. So I'm lucky to have that group I can leverage to get these quick results. So when I look through these, all the way back, looks like, that's pretty good. I mean, you got here to here. Might not be 100% accurate. Here and here. But there's going to be situations where you're going to have what it thinks is an entry and it might come back down. But it seems to pick up a lot of the big moves up. So if I was to apply this to one pair that I really like, theta, this is good for a momentum-based pair like this. So if I go in here again, pick off our reversing MACD, we'll recreate. You can see here, this has worked beautifully. Right here, a little, not much profit, but just right here, when you get it right, man, right here. And we still have, we have a sell signal just about right here. We have another one right here, and it might not catch this big bar. We can see that this one right here, roughly at, I'm going to say 40, let's say, 39 on the open, and closing all the way up to, that's quite the move. And that's again, 1 day. So even if I go down to, let's say 15 minutes, I would not go below 15. It gets very noisy, okay? But it's really important to understand that on the signaling front. So here, and we have a signal here to get out, I think it's just right around here. And it's working pretty good. And then it oscillates between here. And then we got another leg up here, entry. And then just right around here. So you got some nice moves depending just exclusively on this one indicator study. And as I said, to turn that into an automated strategy will work just fine. So let's just look at Bitcoin with this. I would probably recommend to probably either go daily to smooth out a lot of the unnecessary noise, or maybe a 4-hour might work good. That's just how I look at it. We could try that with Bitcoin here. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the default. And again, your time frame really matters on the time frame. So you have to adjust your options to always consider those options when you're moving between time frames. The defaults are usually going to be set and assume that you're just going to use it for daily time. See here, even though if you go into a weird mean reverting situation, really tight, you can probably still make a tiny bit of money with this one. But here to here, you would have made, whatever the amounts are along these moves. But here we have another one, and we've got here about 10,750, and it's still in motion. It's about $200 on that trade right there if you did a full Bitcoin. So again, This is pretty good. I believe, oh, we're on a 15-minute time frame. That's really good. So we have here, here's our entry, here's our sell. So like some of these are really, really good. And we got to make sure that when we do use something like this, that it's actually measuring the correct leg up. Because my current bot misses out on a lot of opportunities because of only following trends. And obviously if there is a coin in a negative trend, but it's moving, that bot will not consider it. So we have to kind of get a little smart here to use, and to be honest, let's get real. You have to use a platform, a better trading platform like. So that is on a 15-minute chart with Bitcoin. So let's see Bitcoin Cash. So we're on a 1 day. Okay. That's looking good here from about here to here. It's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty damn good to here. Yeah. You know, little pockets of profit, but from what other studies I've seen, this is a really good one. So again, thanks to anybody who has picked that out. So that's among, let's say, 4 coins. So one thing I want to show in this particular video is let's talk about the auto Elliott wave. Okay, one thing I have noticed is that Elliott waves kind of may work. Can't say they do or not. I have to really play with it. Let's just get rid of these. I'll use these same coins. I think a lot of these coins typify the most recent news. But what I was saying is that a lot of these strategies that are listed here, the auto Elliott wave. Elliott wave seems to be pretty good. It can be reliable with crypto. It doesn't seem to work good with Forex or CFD, but I gotta tell you, I am, as they say, tickle pink when I see things that seem to work. So let me just get rid of that. Okay, where's my remove? That doesn't matter. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. So we got 4 coins here. So let's look at this other one called. Actually, there's a couple of ones I want to look at. The first one is auto Elliott wave. Now, again, you have to really acknowledge. I think this is what separates the men and the boys. Using these platforms. If you don't know how to program, you better start learning, because what I'm about to show you is one of the reasons why you want to learn. So we have the auto Elliott wave, no signal, because it's false here, as you can see. This one may have some potential. Can't say yes or no. Again, I'm going to move this to a what time frame? I'm going to move this to a 1 day. So you can see here, we have some markings here for our Elliott wave. I really got to understand these moves. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, see, they don't give you a lot of options here, and I think they do that kind of on purpose. I can't say, because they want you to customize it and do it through the API or SDK, software development kit, programming wise. So you will be able to get the source code for auto Elliott wave, but you would have to obviously design and implement the coding to extend this farther to be able to do an overlay or to do actual signals, and then turn that into a strategy so you can do the fully automated trading. So I don't know any platforms from what I see that would be able to do an automated Elliott wave, but yet at the same time give you the ability to do automation completely with a SDK, and they give you the source code. I have to tell you, I was very interested. Somebody told me about a platform called Quant Tower. Let me just pull that up here. Now, I'm doing this for a couple of reasons, because it's really important that anybody that's watching this understands. Here's this new platform called Quant Tower. People are like raving about it. I don't know the pricing. So all in one package, $100. Okay. has some better connections into Binance US, Binance Futures, which we're still waiting on MotiveWave, but hopefully they'll get to the futures. Right now, I'm very happy to have the Binance Spot. I think you know it's absolutely amazing. Hopefully, we'll start seeing eventually the Binance Futures. As I said, with this Quant Tower platform. Now, here's the problem with Quant Tower. Let me pull up MotiveWave and see what we can get at the same price of $100 a month. I will tell you right now, I've not downloaded Quant Tower, and I really have no desire right now. There's a couple of reasons why. Like I said, I'm very, very beyond happy with MotiveWave. Everybody that comes through me or takes the recommendation of getting MotiveWave absolutely loves MotiveWave. They see the power of it. Hopefully you've seen the last week's webinar where everybody on that said it totally agreed. So, you know, to be honest, man, it's an awesome platform. So what we're getting for $100 is, let's see here. So I can say outright with MotiveWave versus Quant Tower is MotiveWave will give you 275 studies or indicators, plus source code if you want it. From what I saw in Quant Tower was only 50, okay? So that's number one. And that's with the standard edition here that you can get for $25 a month. Now, I don't know if you can do trading with this. Let's see. I don't think you can. But I would probably recommend for anybody to probably move up to the this one, the order flow. Actually, no, I think the standard would be good enough because you do get the trading with that. I've been confirmed on that through the support. $25 a month, man. Like, think about it. What would you buy for $25 a month versus this? But the order flow might be good for futures traders. I gotta really play with that. I've got our friend out of Germany has shown some of the order flow capabilities with MotiveWave. I haven't really played with it, but when you get something like the reversal MACD, I think that's good enough. But coming back to the order flow, this version here or this version, you get the Java SDK, the charting tools. So it's now 300 built-in indicators, 290, and even with the free version, you get 280. So that right there blows the doors off of Quant Tower. They have nothing on MotiveWave, okay? Chart types 19. I can't say how many you have with Quant Tower. So all of this, I can't really comment if a Quant Tower has anything capable of what MotiveWave has, okay? So in here we have some pretty powerful features on top of the order flow, and the one that most people go for that are really serious, go for this one, the ultimate, for the extra $60 a month. I mean, look at this, what you get that I really don't think that you can get with anything. So you have the advanced Elliott pack. I've demonstrated the her cycles. I mean, that's unbelievable. Auto Harmonic. I'm going to play with that in a minute. Advanced Fibonacci pack. I think that has automated Fibonacci as well. So I'm going to play with that in a little minute. Options chain everybody wants. I'm waiting for the day when you have Binance options available on these kind of platforms. It would be like, I'd be like really crapping my pants if I saw that. The gauges panels are quite good if you want to show off. I think they're still useful. But there's a lot of good stuff in this. But most people end up on the ultimate version. And there's just so much to go on about with MotiveWave. But if you are limited budget-wise, I would definitely look into at least a standard 250. Come on. So there's that. Let's go back to MotiveWave. So that's the key difference. I find the number of studies or indicators you get with MotiveWave versus MotiveWave versus Quant Tower. I mean, you got to remember that MotiveWave has been around for, I don't know the exact version, maybe a decade. So they have a lot more history that they can draw on for all the features that they've already put in to this platform. And we've got users that have requested bug fixes, and they've been fixed really fast, like in a couple of weeks. This is pretty impressive, the support. All right, so I want to show the studies here. The one that came up was this one, the Nvidia. Okay, so this one at the bottom, where was it? Yeah, this one, Nvidia 2. So let me show you that study. I've known about this. I've known about it because there's an available this Nvidia 2 strategy. So this will help out those that are new on MotiveWave. So going back into, let me just clear out these this indicator here. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so let's look at the video one that I kind of like, but again, we have, you have to always remember the video one and the video two is just, video two is an improvement because it has the signaling built in that the one doesn't. So that's the difference. I guess that's because maybe more and more people want the signaling, or because this is a strategy built with the video two. So again, I'm just going to use the defaults here just for simplistic. So here's the markers. That's what I'm saying. It's got the signaling, okay, indicators. And then if you want, there is some limited options when it comes to signaling. You will get an email, but then you want to be able to fully automate it 100%. The only way to do that is by developing and customizing your own strategy in the Java code with the SDK, the software development kit. So let me just show you this. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right here. We want to see these markers. Okay, these are signals right here. So right here we have some difficulties already. We have this entry here, this marker, but for whatever reason it gets up here. Okay, so you would lose out on from 30 cents all, well, let's just say to even here, not quite doubling, but at least a 50% run up that you would miss out on. So again, if you were a coder and you knew what you were doing, you know, you could code it in a smarter way to be able to take advantage of that, run up. But you can't unless you're a coder. And then there's people on MotiveWave, the forum, complaining about it. Well, look, to defend MotiveWave, I don't see how MotiveWave should have to be responsible for that, because you can't code. The capability is there. You just got to put the work in instead of whining on it on a support forum about it because you don't know how to program. All right, so we got that. That's video 2. Now let me show you the strategy part. So you have the so we have the strategy here. I'm just going to find it here. Here it is. This one right here. Okay, so here's our options. Okay, now remember, the only option you'll get usually is a general display and signals. That's what you only options with the panels that you get with studies, indicators. Here, when you have a strategy, you are now opening it up to, the different trading sessions you might want the strategy to trade in. Obviously, it's crypto, it's 24 hours, so you don't have to worry about that. But then you also have here the strategy panel, so you can track properly all your P&L, if it's unrealized, realized, all that. I think under signals, let's see, because usually there are ways that you can override the stop losses, trail stop, and all that. So I'll try to find something on that. All right, so here we are with the strategy, all whatever you want to use. So you go create. So now what we have here is we have the spot cross margin, I'm still trying to understand what that means for Binance. Can always edit it. But again, we don't have control over the stop loss. Trailing stop is what I would like. I think the world would love trailing stops. But let me see if I could find one. So I know I'm going outside of my demo title here. So let me pull up one strategy I play with a lot is the RSI relative. Here it is. So in here we have RSI with RSI strategy. So here we have more options. Okay. So markers, shading. So there's some more options here, but the ones you will not get with a study is a trading option. And I know that there are options in here that you can control the stop loss, and I could be wrong. I'm not going to waste my time on it. But at the end of the day, strategy is where it's at. So here we have our reversal MACD, reversing MACD that I like. Okay, so there's a couple other ones I could go on about. What was the other one I liked here? Let me just show another one for somebody out there that I know. So I want to show this to them and to you as well. So there was one called eForce. So let me get rid of this one. Okay, so I'm going to look at a study called eForce. So this is Elders Force Index. So you have signaling capabilities. Okay. So what I want to show here is, again, I'm just going to go with the defaults for now. Signals, options, nothing special there. Okay, so let's apply this. The problem I have with this particular study here, and this is just on daily data, look at how many false positives we have. False, false. Look at all those. For every one of those entries, you're going to be paying commission. Okay, so we need to either, I don't know how you get rid of those using Elder Force, but you just saw the one I showed for something like, let me just get rid of this. So I want you to notice the difference between these. These are really, really important to know in my view. Okay, so I'm going to pull up, I don't think I showed this yet, Mama. I'm going to show you the difference between this and the eForce. So again, we're just using the standard options for now on daily data. Okay, so we have them right in the study. So if you notice the difference between those markers, there's a few false positives, but nowhere as close as what the eForce had. So in here, hopefully what I use with my Python scripts is to only look for ones that are ready to break out from here to here. That's a breakout from here to here. Not when it goes into some, as one my friend calls a random walk or a reverting situation, but we're looking for breakouts. So here this strategy or study works beautifully in breakout territory. Okay, so it might not get the maximum, and there is a way on the exit using rate of change. I've talked about that in the past, and that's works beautifully in my Python. So we have these for this is the Mama right there, Mama. Let's get rid of that. Let's see. Okay. Delete. Yes. All right. So next one we're going to look at is the one I really like. Reversing MACD. All these options are just pretty good. I like those. But, at the end of the day, you want the markers. All right. So there you go. So when you look at this one with E-Force or Mama, look how few of them are, okay? So even if it's a false positive, there's no big damage. But when you look at the price moves, there's a slight bit there, but I don't see anything breaking down in this indicator here. And remember, you're going to pay for that. So if you look at E-Force with the amount of markers there and the amount that are really useless, you pay commission fees for that. It's very marginal, but that will eat in your account if you're using the wrong indicator. So this one I like a lot. Mama, it's like E-Force is okay, but that's the big difference between the two. All right, so let me see here what else. So I was thinking it might be good to overlay this MACD with other indicators, but I'm going to leave that for another day. But what I will do is I want to show you the more advanced studies here. So anything that has the word auto, okay, is worth the price it's paid on. So if we have an auto trend line, auto harmonic, which I'll look at, I'll see what we have. So I've shown you the auto Elliott wave, the auto harmonic. Harmonics I'm not a big fan of, to be honest, in crypto. It works fine, and I could flip over to the Oanda. So I do have Oanda running in the background here. So if you're new to MotiveWave, you can run as many MotiveWave sessions as you want, having multiple connections, different brokers and whatnot, for data providers in one connection, or multiple MotiveWave sessions as well running in parallel, as long as your system can handle it. The system I'm on, if you've seen on my Mac with 4, it chokes. Here, the only thing I'm running right now is MotiveWave. It's 14 gig. So this thing's pretty good. It's pretty fast. So from my perspective, people are going to ask, what about operating system? The operating system's key, as long as there's no hiccups or background processes that are chewing up MotiveWave performance, the performance and impacting your MotiveWave platform. So if you're on Windows, that's fine. But I don't know about you, but the window updates drive me crazy, and I know I could turn them off. Then I leave my system insecure, but I'd rather be on Linux. So for now, I'm just going to stay on Windows. For now. Okay, so let's go back to our, which one were we looking at? So yeah, we were looking at auto and in. So let me pull up our auto. Okay, so we're going to look up auto. We've already looked at the auto, so let's look at automatic harmonics in MotiveWave. Okay, so we have here all our different harmonics. We don't care really, to be honest. We have our font price, whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, let's go create. All right. So let's choose right here, auto harmonics on this one, natural gas. Let me go back in here and look at some of these excellent ones. So I'm just going to see these charts. I'm going to only, it doesn't really matter. Let me guess. This one might be, this will be long. So we're going to look at the USD CHF. Okay, I think that's a long. Okay, so again, I'm going to make this 4 hour. Okay, so let's turn this into a 4 hour. Well, let's keep it. I can't remember. I have to get really up to date on MotiveWave. Let's say 2 hour. Or yeah, 2 hour might be good. Okay, so we have here the 2 hour. We want the other one. Okay, so this is what we want. USD CHF. All right. So hour. This is a good one. All right, that's a good move. Okay, let's check out our study. All right, do our study. So we're going to do auto, and we're going to pick off the harmonic. Let's see what happens here. We did that in the scanner. Oh God, I wish people really knew about MotiveWave. So much power of this thing is crazy. Here we go. Boom. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so what do we see here? Usually, this is what I'm looking for is D. Okay, so D. So these are the different moves that it's expecting, but this one's the one I'm going to pay attention to. Okay. Because we have a price possibly in its peak, and it may come off at some point because D says so. And again, I'm not an expert here, but I don't know what kind of harmonic this is. But from what I see, this is a shark. I don't know what that means. I really have to look into this. But as far as I can tell, this may drop based upon this. And usually the harmonic is quite accurate. But if I look at a 1 day, now it's just something totally different. Okay, so we look for our D, and it says, let me see if I can zoom out. Again, I'm trying to sit here and figure all. Oh, there we go. So just in case you wanted to know, that's Alt on a Windows keyboard, Alt, and then your button scroll. Okay, so here is what I'm looking for. On the daily view, you can see the price is expected to move up, and it looks like it is. But if you go back into the 6 hour, see, that's a pretty realistic one. We have a gap here, but this could move up. Might not move up to the D here, but it's got momentum behind it. So when it comes to scanning here, that matters. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. The harmonic test looks good on a 1 day time frame, but if I change that bar size in the configuration here on the bar size, and I make that 4 hour or hourly, that will matter. Okay, but this on the chart, when I look at it, it will matter. Okay, so it will matter. So that looks good. So that's our automatic harmonic for something that works. So if I was to look at our other one in crypto, the auto harmonic, okay, so let's just see if this will play out. I'm gonna move this to a 6 hour time frame. Okay, so if I do that study again, auto harmonic, let's see what happens. Auto harmonic, okay, so here we always got to match up our time frame. Is there? No, it doesn't look like there is a time frame. But yeah, see here, bar size, use chart bar size, whatever is open. There you go. So here we expect this puppy point D to drop. Okay, now does that mean I can rely on it? From my experience, the answer is no. But I gotta learn about the harmonic. Let me get rid of this. See what it says. So if I apply again an automatic Elliott, let's see what happens. Okay. So again, it's set to the bar size on the chart. So this is what I don't quite get. 1, 2, 3. So everything's all about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we see the moves. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and it's forming. It still has to form the 4 and 5, which don't tell me a lot. So moving on. I'm sure someone's gonna be like pulling their hair out and go, "This is the way it works this way, man." All right, so let's go and look at more automatic. Now you pay extra for these automatic, but it's all about playing with these. So here's my favorite one, automatic trend line. Let's see what this says. What does it say? Okay, so we have top line, bottom line, options, use bar size in the chart. Okay, here we go. So this is kind of like resistance and support. So here we have the support established. Definitely, there's no floor established yet. So this is a really good indicator to confirm. But let me just see something here. So this I like. I've never seen this one before. So auto trend. So you can see here is really important again. Coders versus regular people. Boys versus men. Okay, so in the signal, I can easily turn this into a signal in the coding, in the study, using auto trend because we can get access to source code, and then turn it into a strategy again using this sample code that you could get. And one thing I should mention that a lot of people may not know about MotiveWave, I think after, shall we call it, kicking and screaming. Not quite. These guys at MotiveWave are awesome. Like, every single person that I've dealt with MotiveWave is awesome. Beautiful thing about MotiveWave is that they care about your success in trading, and if it's a reasonable request or a bug, it's going to get fixed, and that's really good on them. Okay, not a lot of platforms do that, but MotiveWave most likely will. So we have the auto trend line. Here we don't have a signal, but as I said, here we have our lines for top and bottom lines. To me, it's the same thing. It looks like sort of support and resistance, but I'm going to actually look at the Fibonacci as well. This is going to be a long webinar or a long video. Yay! But I'm revealing a lot of juicy stuff here because I have a system that enables me to do this now. So this looks really good. Let me apply this to say 15-minute chart. We'll do the same thing here. I really like this indicator. I gotta say, I really like this indicator. Let's see what this guy says. Okay, boom. Okay, so here's how I look at this. Okay, really, I do. See right here, you got, this is classic Ethereum. Any instrument really. You have here since 15 o'clock today. It's gone kind of mean reverting or something, right? So here, this is a classic trend. This is why I like trend. Here we have our trend green line, and it's crossed into, it's crossed over that green line, that trend. Look what happens to the volume. Boom. Price goes up. And I'm sure it's the same thing here. And if you wanted to short on other instruments that other brokers or exchanges allow you to short, you can do the same thing. Because if you know that price, like here, breaks through, and you get that, you go, oh, I could be a short, and you short it. So this is a very nice indicator. I like this, and this is the auto trend line. So let's look at a couple more. Let's look at actually Bitcoin. I'm gonna make this an hour. So let's see what this looks like. I really like that indicator. Woo! Look at that. Okay, so you know that floor is established. So here we have another trend line that we can use automatically. And to do this programming wise, you better have a caseload of Advil. Okay, this is not easy to do. Okay, but however, MotiveWave, they figured it out. You got now this platform do all the heavy lifting. That's why I'm like doing half bot, half this, and maybe try to figure out different ways to look at the market, which I'm doing in this particular video and all the other dozens of videos I got. But you can see here, right here, the volume went up. Why? Because if I extended this little guy out, it crossed through that trend. This is one of the key indicators. And along here, I'm bet you, if I was to do, me get rid of this. I have to show you the components. Okay, look at this. This is another world of MotiveWave right here. So if I was to do, let me just do extended, the extended. So we have here our right here. Come on. Okay. So if I gotta get this working. Okay. I know right here. So this to here. Okay, or there's different ways to do it, or here on the trend line, or actually it'd be right here. And here. Okay, so this okay. This has nothing to do with MotiveWave. It's got to do with the user. See right here, it's broken through the trend here or here. To be exact, you could see how trend has a lot of impact. Okay, this is one of the most easiest. You can see here, right here. There's probably different ways to interpret this. I've got 1 hour. If I did, let's say 2 hour might be better. So that's your high. Here's your low. So I'm sure if you play with it, and better, you know, so right here, we got this bar right here to sell, and it reversed. There's different ways to run this. We do this. Depends upon how far back you go. So if I just said maybe here or here, depends if you go the wick or if you go here. You can see here somewhere when that entry breaks through the trend, that's when you'll see the volume pick up. Okay, so if I was to do something like this, I'm sure there's different ways to do it, but you'll see how the trend line regression does have a huge impact on trading, especially around volume, especially around an instrument that really is not affected by news, let's say. All right, so let's get rid of this guy. Okay, so that's all fun and games. Okay, there we go. All right, so but I do like. See, the thing is, I'm not an expert when it comes to discretionary trading and human trading. I'm more reliant on the automated side of things. Okay, and what I see with that automated trend, I don't have to worry. I just apply it, and it does all the calculating for me behind the scenes. And usually, I put a lot of reliance in that to make my job a lot easier for calculating an entry and exit. All right, so in here I want to show. Okay, let me show you Fibonacci now. Fibonacci is a pretty cool way to do things. Now, there's so many different ways to look at Fibonacci's. There's people arguing online who does what. So I'm going to look at the Fibonacci retrace. Again, we have our usual parameters. Again, I just go with the defaults because I'm not really going to kill myself here. But let's just say we have our Fibonacci line, which this is just a range, it looks like. So usually crosses over the green line. I'm going to assume it looks like, no, it's like Bollinger. Yeah, it's like Bollinger. So you have the upper line here. If it crosses, then that's an entry. If it drops below the green, maybe? No. I'm not sure. This one's tough to say. That might be the midline right there, the white. Let's just find out. Display high, low. So that's the moving average between the high retrace and low retrace. This is not the kind of Fibonacci I'm used to. So let me get rid of that. All right. Let's do the other one. I'll study Fib. Okay, so another one that you can see here, Bollinger and Fib ratio. That might be something interesting we'll look at in a minute. Wow. This goes back to 2012, it said here. Okay. Now we got some signals here. So we have the markers as well. So let's see what happens. Let's see if this is reliable. I'm not seeing the markers. I'm seeing the daily. Yeah, it's really dependent. Looks like it's dependent upon momentum. And when you get into a mean reversion, let me just put on theta. I do like those automated trend line. I do. Okay. So let us look at our Fibonacci Lucas time series indicator. And we can switch it up to daily. Huh. I don't see any signals at all or any markers. Oh well. I'm sure it could be useful for somebody. I do know in the components here, the Fibonacci is very, very powerful right here. So in here we have, I think there was an automatic Fibonacci somewhere. I mean, look at all these. This is like, but I do recall there was an automated. Let me just see here. Doesn't look like there's a Fibonacci. Not automated. That must have been a figment of my imagination. But I gotta tell you, there's a lot going on here with what I'm seeing here. I could go into some of these strategies. We've looked at these two. There's quite a few here. Another one that might be useful, I believe, is a super strategy. Let me just pull out of here. There's no studies applied. So let's look at this. So in here, it's using ATR period 7. So this has to be a daily time frame, I believe. Trading lots, okay. Strategy, signals. I always thought I remember seeing ways to apply trailing stops. Okay, so let me just create that. So here we have a marker. We have a. So what we have here, this is super trend. See here, just out of box. This looks good. This is ready to go. You could actually use this for a momentum trade. It's not quite accurate, but it'll put an entry here, exit there. If I was to activate it, this is not too bad. I have to look at this cross margin business. But here is a problem. Here is not a problem. It's going to make a little bit of money, not a lot. So let me apply this guy, see what it would say. That's with Bitcoin Cash. Let's see what we have here. So we have an entry there, entry exit there. This is more like a, see right here, you would have a loss there. This is definitely a momentum-based trend following strategy. That's not bad actually. To start out of the gate, knowing if you have a, see how it does on Bitcoin. Okay, super trend. That's looking pretty good there, that move. So that'd be from 76.93. This is a daily chart, all the way up to 11,000. That's fully automated, out of box. Very nice. So we have your entry here at what do we got here? 75.01. Exit would have been 93.15. I do like this. For now, for a fully 86.55 entry, okay, so didn't get it there, but for no programming, 81.87, hold on here, 86.55, exit would have been 81.87, so you would have lost money there, okay, that doesn't make sense. All right, so that's not a bad little strategy, but it definitely has to, it's momentum based. So here you would have had to enter this theta now at 1787, exit, not up here obviously. Yeah, mean reversion, no good. I'm still trying to find a good strategy out of box that would be really good for mean reverting. I could go on about these. These are so many strategies here. One I liked, you know what? The one strategy I liked that I do remember out of box that would make you a lot of money, because I'm rewarding you here now, is this one, 3-bar inside bar strategy. So for those that don't know, let me just get rid of this strategy here. Okay, so if you're looking for a strategy out of box, the 3-step, 3-bar, 3 inside bar was pretty good. I remember back testing this. So 3-bar, yeah, so it's called 3-bar inside bar strategy. Has the auto entry in there. Whoop, whoop. Let's see here. Okay. Entry long, enter short. Enter long, enter short. So here, it's pretty good. Enter long, enter entry, enter short. Yeah, so that, well, it'll get you out here, here. And so it automatically loads up enter long, short, long, short. So this is a very decent looking. So what I'll do here, let me get rid of this. I'm gonna show you this. This is I'm creating this video for one person in mind, okay, who deserves this. But you watching the whole thing is getting a lot out of this. So I hope you're watching this, okay? So what I'm gonna do is if you go into the optimizer, okay, and you create a new one. Is it this one? Unlock. Lock studies, show orders. I can't remember how to. Okay, new analysis. So what we're going to do, call this 3-bar back test, and we are in Binance. So I'm going to do call. Oh yeah, pick the strategy. So we're going to call our 3-bar inside strategy. Boom. Do a back test. Boom. So we're going to do, I think this is designed really for a daily time frame. So I don't have my data files for the entire. So the only watch list we have really is Binance. So we have 12 instruments to choose from. Okay. I could run this once I properly set it up with all my USDT coins. So we'll do this just for the fun of it. So one day, so we can go all the way back 3 months. So that would be the 26th of June using bar data. Go next. And out of the 12 pairs, we'll see which one would make us the most money. Okay. Now, as you can see here how fast it was, we know if we had, now this is what I wanted to tell people. If you forecasted in one pair and apply that one strategy to the one pair to make you the most amount of money, here we have Ethereum in Euro and Ethereum in Tether. This is for those on the podcast. This is the difference. If you traded only this strategy over 3 months, you would have gotten $30,000. Now I can't remember what the seed capital is. I'll have to look at that. So your next bet would have been Bitcoin and Euro, and I've highlighted this important as a lesson for people. It's not about just in Tether as your base quote. It can also be in fiat, because with MotiveWave, they do offer some fiat currencies. So obviously it depends upon the performance of the euro as well in this case. But looking at that, again, I'm going to repeat, you would have gotten $30,000 in 3 months. So let me look at what the seed capital was. So that's with $100,000. So if you put in 100 grand, theoretically, from what this is saying, you would have made, on top of that, over 3 months, $30,000. So you would have gotten a 30% return, a 10% return each month. Okay, a 10% return each month. That's pretty enormous. All right, but when you look at all the measly other ones, if you did, let's say, Bitcoin Cash and USDT, you would have lost $55,000. So now we know, let me just see if I could pull up the chart. So here is your equity curve, right? So if you started this back in March, who knows, let me just see the reports here. So there's 16 trades over that time period. So those would have to be in the period of August 20th, July 20th to really make the big income, because everything else is pocket change. So those are big moves, and it automatically scales as well, the amount that you would buy as well. So that's pretty powerful. And again, you might not see these capabilities in other platforms. Okay? This is why I love MotiveWave, because to be able to see this, you'd be able to do better assessment on which pairs to go with for what strategies. But for in the world of crypto, this particular strategy is the best one. And at the same time, historically, if I put in all 179 pairs in USDT, I'd be able to gauge which coin would have given me the best return. But yet, what I'm seeing right here, the best is not in Tether, it's in Euro. Okay. So we could play around with it. So knowing this fun stuff, I can now do a walk forward optimization. So in here, do a new scan. I'm sorry, we got to do the optimizer. All right, so let's do the optimizer. All right. Okay, so now we're going to do a walk forward. Wow, okay, come on. So we're doing a 3-bar inside bar strategy. Okay. All right, so now in case we're going to do an optimizer, a walk forward. So what I'm hoping to see, knowing that Ethereum Euro is their best performer moving forward, based upon that historical performance, I'm hoping to see what we can expect as a return. So again, we're going to do the same data set, Binance here, the 12 pairs, and we're using again the 3-month time set of data. Next, again, we're starting with 100,000, so we can see what we can expect on our walk forward. Options allow you to configure how the optimizer behaves. Just go to defaults. All right, so is it working? Are you working? So here's our back test. Let's see what we. Oh no, it's still moving. I guess. Okay, I'm gonna kill that. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna call that 3-step walk forward. All right. So now I'm gonna load that guy in. Walk forward, open. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, okay. So if I want to edit that, I guess I can. I don't know why. Okay, so I guess I'm going to use the 3-bar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something really crazy. I'm going to use the back test, but it's a walk forward. Same data. Okay. But here, I'm going to keep the period down to 2 weeks. So we're going all the way back to September 14th. Today's the, oh no, 20th. So we want to just do September. Today's the 20, what's today? Is the 27th. So we're going to go back starting on the 13th, end date. Let's see what happens here. This is a totally different. Oh, I see right here. Right here. There's this tab here, walk forward. Anyways, I'm not going to play around here. I'm sure I can get it working at some point. All right, so that's that. But I don't know what more I can show you. I mean, I'm really digging into MotiveWave for obvious reasons because of the late set of markets are not really working for my bot right now. And to be honest, I can move a lot quicker and move into MotiveWave now that we have the ability with MotiveWave and Binance. Now, I'd also like to highlight again for those that are new and hang out at the end of the video, you have Kraken and Coinbase for the US. All right, so we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. If you've watched this long, this is quite a long video, I know. And we'll leave it at that. But this is powerful stuff, and people should really pay attention to MotiveWave. Other than that, we shall talk to you later. Have a good day.